Yo, what's good One Piece players, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into 9 leaders with serious potential and possibly earning a few top spots in locals, and who knows, maybe regionals? These hidden gems could shine in the right hands or with enough deck tweaks. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's explore these off-meta leaders. Let's kick off the video with OP1 Oden. This card pumps land of Wano characters with plus 1000 counter if they lack one, so you basically run almost no bricks. And it also boosts himself to 6000 power when attacking with a cost of 5 or more Wano card on board. Something rather easy to achieve with a Hiyori cheating out 5 cost bodies all the time. He's got some good potential with some of the new green support from OP02 and OP12. Next up we have Zoro and Sanji from the starter deck. This deck is extremely fun to play with a very powerful leader effect, restanding a 7000 power body while also reusing a low cost card is insane value. This is why I love the One Piece TCG game and the reason why you shouldn't neglect off-meta decks. Funny enough, this leader got to second place in the 25-26 Championship Series a couple of months ago in Japan. There's a few interesting builds with either Straw Hats or a mix of Slash and Fishman cards. There's some other unexplored options to review in the future. Arlong is just pure aggression. With 2 Dawn attached, it lets you spawn characters on board while also swinging hard at the opponent. This deck is extremely aggressive and virtually every card in his deck is a trigger. So whether they swing at your board or life, Arlong will still be a threat to rush you down. With the combination of Sugar, 8 cost kit and blocker power of the leader, this deck is a menace even in OP12. The only thing holding back this card from being top tier is that defending your characters at the cost of your life is often a risky move, especially because of one little design flaw. Black Moria from OP6 manipulates the trash to replenish its hand or revive characters, offering wild thriller bar combos and often paired with hand destruction cards which throw opponents by surprise. The archetype and the way it plays is often too tricky for unsuspecting opponents. This leader slows opponents down by returning them to the Dawn deck while also freezing their characters. Perfect for stalling games and negating powerful effects like OP12 Zoro restanding ability. His Foxy pirates lack the punch to close games sometimes, but when in late game their low cost makes it pretty easy to throw them on board for a tiny amount of Dawn. Also, it being a 5 life leader helps a lot in this meta. And while it might seem rough to meet the leader's effect criteria to be online, once it's done properly, it can basically seal games. The good old clown messes with the opponent's character power to immediately KO them, all that while swinging hard at something on board. He has gotten some indirect support with the blue Nami blocker and 1 cost carrot from OP11 to help him dig along with the Virgo, the single card that breaks or makes the deck. I also think our beloved clown has a design flaw because KOing characters while swinging either at face or other characters on board is either too busted or too weak. There can't be a middle ground for it. For the moment, it won't top any regional or national tournaments, but you can possibly snatch a few top placings in locals. Jinbe powers up Fishman and has some good events. Great for defensive plays and constantly resting your opponent characters. His playstyle lacks speed and versatile events to match Zoro's aggression, but the mid-game he has is amazing. Also, restanding Dawn and your characters at the end of turn makes him somewhat unique. Let's hope we can get some good Fishman type boss characters to give this deck consistency and late game power. But for the moment, the 9 cost Shanks and Vanderdecken synergize very well with the resting abilities of this deck. Red-Black Koby from OP11 is one of my favorite decks ever. The playstyle is just so fun with a very unique removal playstyle. He reduces characters' power and attack active characters with a bunch of tools along a very powerful leader effect. a permanent once per turn anti-removal to protect the board from literally any removal effect. Having a discussion with other fellow Koby copers, we still don't know what does Koby need to be more consistent, especially in the late game. Very probably the PRBO2 Koby will fill the gaps in his weaknesses, especially when he starts emptying his hand. But even with this flaw, he's a menace against plenty of decks in the format. These leaders have killer abilities but are held back by shallow card pools or missing synergies. But don't let this fool you. With the expanding card pool and with the increasing power creep in the new cards, these decks can compete with Zoro, Rayleigh or Bonnie in the hands of the right pilot and appropriate deck lists. OP13 or promo sets might drop even more support they need to shine. Which one is your favorite? Drop it in the comments. And that's our rundown of 9 underrated leaders in the One Piece TCG. Want deck lists or tips for any of these? Let me know below. Smash that like, subscribe and hit the bell for more TCG content. Who's your pick to break the meta? Let's talk in the comments. Catch you on the next one.